It's about time I made a video for y'all to let y'all know the things that I could not get away from when I was serving time down here in the state of Florida. Everybody knows when it comes to doing time, staying out of trouble is actually easier said than done. Whether it's phones, money, who knows? But for this video here, I'm going to let you know the things that happen to always be in my path to where I couldn't come home early like I should have did in the first place. Check it out. Same time of the week, let it be there. Have my people send a message, make sure that it's there. Time for me to collect, bring the shit over here. Cause you can tell them my face, don't make me come over there. I'll run up in your room, put my shank in your neck. Swear to God, I wet you up, better show me respect. I'm hitting licks like nothing, break bread with dogs. Putting on for Eastside, Davey, this KFROG, this a robbery. Heard what I said, I got some names I won't say. Most of them dead, for that tune you get there's a price on your head. Take the shit out your locker, throw it all on my bed. You got a daughter back you up, on care what you click. 2 lockers to fit both y'all shit. See me in the cut jamming, smoking the rip. Getting tatted with the money that your people are sent. See on the streets I would've bust you, but in prison I come cut you. What's up, y'all? You already know, man. KFROG TV back in the building. Y'all go ahead and do me that solid favor, man. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe button, and also make sure you hit that notification bell so you can see it first. I want to tell everybody welcome back to the channel, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in. If this is your first time over here on KFROG TV, my name's Frog, and majority of the stuff I talk about is prison related, okay? We're about to come into the new year, so I figured I wanted to do something a little bit different, which is actually kind of like what I already be doing, but I want to turn it up a notch. And what I'm going to be turning up the notch here in 2023 is I want a lot more of my videos to go out to the younger people out there, the younger crowd, people who ain't been to prison before. I want it to where, since prison doesn't rehabilitate you like it's supposed to, I want my videos to, okay? I want my videos to be the motivation to help people who have not been incarcerated or people who can't shake the system to, you know, get what they can out of my videos. And maybe, you know, later on down the line, it may help a few people. It ain't for everybody, but it is what it is. But for this video, I'm going to be telling y'all about the things that I could not shake while I was in prison, all right? I would have been home 16 months earlier than I actually got out if I would have stayed away from certain things, all right? But it's kind of hard, you know, even if it isn't things that have to do with money or fighting or stabbing or, you know, riots, whatever it is, it's hard to stay out of trouble in general when you were locked up because trouble looks for you, all right? You don't always have to go look for trouble. Trouble will be right there waiting for you the moment you open your eyes every single morning, you understand? And at the end of the day, you know, it's all on you. You could make your time easier or you can make your time harder. You can make it tougher, you can make it faster, you can make it slower. However it is, it's all on what you do while you're incarcerated. And for me, one of the things that I could not get away from while I was locked up was hustling, okay? Making money, doing whatever I gotta do to come up some type of way, you feel me? And y'all already know, for who's been here for a while, my main things was phones. You see what I'm saying? Phones is something that if I would have just stayed away from those, I would have been home a whole lot sooner, you feel me? But at the same time, it's like, regardless, the time's ticking, you feel me? So it's like, whether you're hustling or you're not hustling, or whether you're laying down or you're awake, it's still the same 24 hours, you know? And then when you sit there and you think about it, it's like, well, damn, if you just stay away from these things, you know, you'll be home sooner. You cannot get in trouble by staying away from these things. That ain't always the case, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, there's so many people in there that want what you have. So many people in there that want to do the things that you can do, call the plays and shots that you can call, that it's kind of like once you get dragged in it, it's kind of hard to let it go, all right? For me, my downfall of catching more time was phones, all right? And I'm going to explain to you why. At first, it wasn't hard doing time without a cell phone. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you're not used to it. You know, you're not allowed to have it. You feel me? You'd see a couple people with phones or whatnot. But once you have a phone of your own and you do time with a cell phone, any time after that, if it gets knocked off during a shakedown, or, you know, if you fry it by hooking the battery pack up the wrong way or whatever it is, you're going to find your time more miserable without that phone. Not even as like it was when you first didn't have a phone. You feel me? Yeah, going to prison and doing time sucks regardless, okay? So let me let y'all know, my videos are not to promote prison, all right? My videos are to tell you the straight up truth and real spiel of what to expect, what has happened to people, and what could happen, all right? Now, once you first got to do time without a phone, you know, I feel like going through the county jail, that kind of breaks your habit of needing a cell phone. You know what I'm saying? Me, when I first got locked up in the county a couple times, I remember laying there in my bunk sleeping and then always reaching to grab where my pocket is, thinking that I felt my phone vibrating in my shorts. But really, I ain't even have shorts on. I was wearing a fucking jumpsuit and didn't have pockets. I was just so used to my phone, my phone, my phone. You see what I'm saying? And I grew up younger in where I was a road runner, you know what I'm saying? Doing different things on the streets to where a phone was mandatory, you know what I'm saying? We always kept it close by, on us, in person, you know, like on our person. So going to the county jail, you know, kind of broke it for me because I had to adapt and learn that I don't have a phone right now. You get what I'm saying? I can't call who I want to call. You know, you got to wait in line to use the jail phone to call home whoever it is you want to call and stuff like that. You feel me? After you've been in there for a couple months, which normally people are in there before they go to prison, you know, that kind of like shakes that and breaks that to where when you go to prison, you know you're not going to have a phone, a cell phone at that. You get what I'm saying? Unless you take the risk of getting one. You feel me? You know it's not expected to get a cell phone. That's why the population of inmates compared to the population of inmates with cell phones is a way, way bigger amount. You feel me? Because not everybody's going to take that risk. But when you first get to prison, it's not even going to be in your mind. You know what I'm saying? I mean, as many people that have phones nowadays and stuff, it might be in your mind. But after doing a little stint inside of the county jail without a cell phone, when you first go to prison, that's the least that's on your mind. You get what I'm saying? You got to worry about surviving and adapting to this place and trying to figure out what this place is like. You know what I'm saying? So you're not going to really be sweating the phone right away. You feel me? If you are, then you must have did time before and you must know how easily it is to get them. But once you do the beginning of your bid and you ain't got a phone, you'll realize having a phone and then getting it knocked off or losing it or breaking it and then not having one, it feels 10 times worse than not having one when you first come in. You feel me? I don't know why it's like that. I guess it's because it makes you feel like prison isn't that bad. It makes you feel like literally it's just time away from your family. You know what I'm saying? But you could do everything with a phone. FaceTime, text messages, watch flicks, you know, rent the phone to people, make money by renting them time to talk to their families. So once I got to my first, you know, time getting a cell phone, which my first cell phone in prison was a flip phone, okay? And it was a Z222. That's what it was called or something like that. And it was just a flip. It wasn't no skateboard or slider or nothing like that. But just having that alone, you feel me, made it to where when that phone fried, I felt miserable. You know, when you got phones, it makes you feel like you're above. Because if there's 1,200 inmates on the pound and only 50 people have cell phones, you know, and you're one of those, just shows the difference, you feel me? And then the next thing is trying to get phones some other type of way. And everybody has routes already in line and shit like that. So it's kind of like people don't want to let people keep, you know, coming up like that. You know, because it brings risks. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of like you got to be part of the member club in order for somebody to allow their route, you know, or whatever deal you make to where they help you get it in now through the way they get them. You feel me? Whether it's guards or however else. It's kind of like they might low-key not want you to be a part of the people who got phones. So they might, well, give you the runaround and not really want to help you, and everybody you know and you go to really gives you the little runaround stories and don't want to help you make it happen. But really they're just short stopping you. You feel me? They feel like you ain't cool enough to be part of the club or whatever it is. You see, so you might have to find your own route, take your own shit and do your own thing. You feel me? Do whatever it is you have to do to make it happen. And your hands are tied when you're behind the fence, you know? But I could not shake staying away from phones until my last institution, which still didn't shake it, but I got done putting my bread out there to get the phones, you know what I'm saying? Because when I got out of confinement, after I did the 200 something days and then they shipped me,
Once I got out of confinement and landed at my last camp that I EOS'd from, I had like 80 something days left. That was the lowest amount of days I had before I went home. You feel me? And I still went up to one of my homeboys, you feel me, Jeezy, you feel me, from Belgrade. Shout out to Jeezy. And I was like, what's up, Jeezy? I'm like, boy, what? He's like, Frog. I knew him from Charlotte, but I ran into him at DeSoto, where I EOS'd from. First thing I said to him is, boy, where the phone's at? Where the knife's at? And he told me, Frog, boy, just do your time, go home, bro. This camp ain't like that. You know? And in my mind, I'm like, man, that's what they all say, you feel me? But really, it wasn't. You see? And still managed to do a little something, you know? But at the same time, it was like, even in the box, I'm trying to get plays made to where I get phone in the box. That's how I was able to give y'all footage while I was in confinement on KFROG TV Volume 1 and 2. You feel me? I was able to give y'all footage from inside of confinement because I could not shake the phones. To me, you get caught with the phone, you get 60 days in the box. You know what I'm saying? They could add charge you though. They got up to 3 years. You know what I'm saying? The statute of limitations is 3 years to charge you for that phone. You feel me? But so many people get caught and do you know, that they ain't really charging people like that. So I always would take the risk. You know what I'm saying? To me, I would tell people, to me, my shit worth 60 days in the box. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. I'll go lay down and do 60 days in the box for this cell phone. And it got to the point to where in my videos, if y'all see, I was reckless, you know what I'm saying? Recording things, walking around the pound. Everybody loved it. Everybody was screaming KFROG TV. Everybody was with the shits. Everybody wanted to be a part of what I had planned, what I was doing. But one thing I will tell you is I was never sloppy. You feel me? So every time I went to confinement that had something to do with a phone, the one thing that I could not shake while I was in prison, I never physically got caught red-handed with a phone myself. You see what I'm saying? They'd put me under investigation because they knew I had phones. They would put me in the box and charge me with other people's phones, or charge me with a phone they found in open bay. You know, they were trying to get me off their pound because they knew I had power and I was a playmaker. You feel me? And then I'd go to confinement and then get them sent back while I'm in the box. You know what I'm saying? It's just I made it to where no matter what, I was straight. You feel me? Like, yeah, at the end of the day, you know, phones cost money. Everybody knows that. You get what I'm saying? A $15 phone you can get on the streets at a 7-Eleven or something down here. A track phone for $15. Shits were going for $600, $650 with the charger. You feel me? So you think about it. Have a female or somebody on the streets go buy 10 of them shits at $15 a pop. Get them brought in there at $650 a pop. You do the math. It's kind of hard to shake that type of stuff. You get what I'm saying? It's right there in front of you. You might see more money in prison during your bid coming in quicker than any money you've seen on the streets. Not saying that was what happened with me, but it helped my time go by, okay? That was one of the major downfalls of, you know, me being in prison longer than I should have been, all right? But phones wasn't on my only downfall, you know what I'm saying? I got into so much stuff that I could not escape certain drama situations, you know what I'm saying? I would get into things and everything like that. So another thing that was hard for me to shake, that was always right there, that I could not get away from, was knives. You feel me? And it was one of those things to where it's like, if you see gang members inside a prison running down on each other, stabbing, whether it's the opposition of their gang, their opponent, or their own kind, and robbing them for cell phones, you know it's a dirty game. You get what I'm saying? It's a dog-eat-dog world. So what I look like dealing with phones, being in the phone business in there, doing my thing, and not having knives. So a lot of times I'd go places, different institutions, and my goal first wasn't a phone, obviously. You know what I'm saying? That's like getting a wagon before you have the horse. Makes no sense in my eyes. So, knives. You get what I'm saying? There was no way that you would catch me with a phone without a knife. But there was plenty of times that you would catch me with a knife without a phone. You see what I'm saying? So, I had that mindset to where I'm a white boy, I got bluish green eyes. You know, the blue eyes fool people. I don't gangbang. You know what I'm saying? I'm damn near probably the only person from my neighborhood where I'm at. You know, and I know my temper. I know I'm with the shits if I gotta be with it. So at the end of the day, what I look like not having a knife. That's why it was hard for me to shake not having a knife. And I'll tell you what, I found myself having knives way more than I needed them. You understand? I would have them just in case, because I'd rather get caught with it by the guards or caught with it when my ops or someone trying to rob or something runs up than to not have it and get caught without it. You know what I'm saying? And then someone come up and try to rob or whatever it is and me be damn near butt naked. Ain't got no weapon. You feel me? Because believe it or not, a knife is your fire inside of prison. Straight up. Whether it's a banger, whether it's a poker, whether it's a woo, which is like a sword, a fucking machete, you know what I'm saying? No, a $1.50 razor blade. All those are your ammunition. You feel me? And like I said, this video isn't telling people what you should do in prison. It's telling you what I did, why I stayed in trouble, okay? Why every institution I went to, I had a name. Soon as I got off the bus at DeSoto, before I even made it through Center Gate, when we all got off the bus, I met this black dude named Danger. Shout out to Danger. He's doing 50 years right now. And we were on the bus talking together, and we got off at DeSoto together. And as soon as we got off in shackles, a whole bus full of people, all the way on the other side, on the pound, where all the dorms were, you hear people yell, KFROG TV, through the fence. I looked over, can't tell who it is. It looked blurry, you know what I'm saying? Because everyone's wearing the same colors, and you can't tell who that is through a chain link fence from way down there. I looked at my dog Danger, and I was like, I know somebody here already. He's like, why you say that? I said, you don't hear what them boys is yelling over there? The boys were yelling KFROG TV. You feel me? So I was that type of person that people, even if I didn't have a knife on me that day, due to my character and the way that I presented myself and the type of shit that I went through and the things that people seen me do, they would feel like I had a knife on me, even at times that I didn't have a knife. You get what I'm saying? And in my mind, when situations go down and I didn't have a knife on me, I would be in my mind like, oh shit, I ain't even got the banger right now. These boys are probably toting. And then in all reality, in their mind, they're like, we know he's got a knife on him, so if we do take it there, we really gonna have to stab because, you know, he ain't finna give it up. We ain't finna let us rob him. You know, stuff like that. And it's kind of like the character you are, you know, you build that. You get what I'm saying? But that same character I built kept me in shit. It kept me in trouble. You know, it made it to where the guards knew I was a playmaker. They knew I was doing something. You feel me? Man, I had a diver's watch. I'll never forget. I had a watch that was meant for divers. White boy on the pound got a real street watch. You know what I'm saying? People that only have street watches normally are gang members. You know, people who are allowed to have that. You get what I'm saying? And here you got a white boy that's not part of an organization. He's got to be a somebody. You see what I'm saying? And then the guards took my watch. This same G-Shock right here. People be like, damn, Fro, why you don't never change your G-Shock, bro? Them shits is played out. People don't know I wear this shit right here because this is a memory. I had this same watch in prison, y'all. That's why I wear this. Every time I look at this shit, it's not just the time. It's a reminder to what I ain't trying to go back to. You see what I'm saying? I got pictures of me in Vizzo with this same watch on. You see what I'm saying? Real street watch. You feel me? But it's like, these are the type of things that, if you can, avoid them. You know what I'm saying? It's like I was already so far deep in it that I didn't know no better. You feel me? I was just doing the time, not letting the time do me. And before I knew it, when I calculated that shit all up, I didn't even care at the time. When they'd snatch my game time and push my date back 4 more months, I didn't care about that shit. Because in my mind, I was already locked into my max out date. You feel me? I was already locked into the latest they can keep me. All that early time shit's a privilege to me. So I didn't care they snatched that. But when I came home and calculated that shit and realized it was almost like 16 months that I could have been home earlier, you know, think about it. That's time that's wasted. You feel me? But like I said, I was so far in that it is what it is. Okay? Now that I told y'all phones and knives were the two major things that played a part into me staying in some shit, there's a third one. Okay? This third one right here was the biggest downfall of them all. And I feel like anybody who's been to prison, or anybody who may go to prison, or who's looking at some type of time, will at least have this one problem that I had. My number 3 is going to be something everyone can relate to. And the number 3 thing that kept me in some shit all the time was my pride. My pride made it to where a little situation, I'm going to make it a severe situation. Because at the end of the day, I can't risk you getting me because I turned my shoulder and slept on the beef. You get what I'm saying? I acted like it ain't that big of a deal and fucked around and slipped and let you get me. You see what I'm saying? So my pride kept me in shit. You know what I'm saying? Literally, like if someone bumped me by accident, if someone fucking had next in line and I didn't know, and then I'm standing in line and they go and I feel like they cut me, you know, even if the people said, nah, he had next, yeah, you got me fucked up, bro. You standing in line like I'm standing in line. You know what I'm saying? All that skipping and shit, I ain't on that. You feel like it's a pride thing. It's hard to let things go and let things slide, because in an environment like prison, every single thing is considered a test. Even if the person doing it to you didn't mean to purposely test you, or mean to purposely insult you or try you or whatever it is, any other set of eyes that is peeping that situation, it's a test in their mind about you. You feel me? So if you're walking through the chow hall and someone's like talking and they're not looking and bumps into you and it knocks your tray down and shit, and you're just like, oh, no, don't worry about it, bro. And then the dude be like, oh, excuse me. And you're like, no, don't worry about it, bro. Someone else looking, they might look at it from their fucking vision and feel like dude bumped you and knocked your tray out of your hand and you ain't did nothing about it. You feel me? So it's kind of like you got to make it known to the person that whether they insulted you or bumped you or cut you in line or whatever it is, you got to make it known that you're with the shit. You feel me? And there's been times I had to fight. Literally fight one-on-one with people over the pettiest shit. You know what I'm saying? But it was just the principle. You know, it might be over an equal pack. If y'all don't know what equal is, it's a sweetener. You feel me? It's like a sugar pack. You feel me? It could be over something like that. Them shits is like 2 cents in the canteen window. Literally, it's like 20 cents for fucking 10 of them or something. You know, so it's like, it could be over something that's that petty. You feel me? But the people around, watching and observing, that's major. So that made it to where I always stayed in some shit. You feel me? And it's kind of hard to just turn your head on something. Even if you know it isn't like what's best for you at the moment. You see, this is where people mess up at. Because a lot of people only think about themselves, which that's a good thing though. You know, it's good to think about yourself. But in prison, anything you do, say, or however you act, it's going to affect other people. You understand? So if you're thinking about yourself because this dude right here insulted you and you want to mash the gas and just decide to take him up through there, whatever you do may draw the line of guards to come inside that dorm, the attention of the officers. Now you got the dorm hot. So now the whole dorm of anybody who's got contraband is going to want your head. And really you were just sticking up for yourself or defending whatever you felt like was right. That's why a lot of things that take place inside a prison get taken to the severe reason. You feel me? Because like I said, me and you could be getting into it over an equal pack. You feel me? Like something to where you asked me if I had an extra equal. And I told you, nah, bro, I ain't got no extra ones. You feel me? And the next thing you know, you see me putting equals in my fucking coffee. And then you go to selling out, talking crazy. Oh, bro, you just told me you ain't had no fucking... You know, like, first of all, I ain't obligated to shit. I don't owe you nothing. You feel me? And there's a big difference from me telling you I ain't got no extra equals. It ain't like I said, oh, I ain't got no equals, and then you see me using it. And then you don't know if I got this equal from someone else, because I needed the equal also. You see what I'm saying? But the way you say things, now we're fading. I'm fighting you because the way you're talking. You want to fight me because you feel like I lied to you about an equal, right? So we both feel like we're right. You know what I'm saying? We both feel like we're right about the situation. We have reasons to bump, reasons to line that shit up and get it off our chest. But then the other people in the dorm ain't looking at that. They're just looking at it as we fighting got the guards inside the dorm. So even though we're both right in our own minds for why we're bumping, you're wrong though, because I didn't lie. I told you I don't have no extra equal. I'm right. You feel me? Because you were talking crazy. All the other people are going to want to jump on you now. All because of this shit. You feel me? That's why you got to remember, you can't only be thinking of yourself inside a prison. Because anything you do, any action, they take it out on everybody. You get what I'm saying? And then it's kind of like the more numbers, the more people will side with that side. So if you and this person are fighting and you got one person in the dorm that feels some type of way about the guards coming in the dorm, you know, the other people most likely ain't going to rise and rock with him against you. They're going to just sit there and see it go down. But if you got 20 people trying to go after you now, they're all going to just side, and that 20 turns into 50. And then once it's 50, the next thing you know, it's 75. And then that's how people get pressured into rolling up their mat and checking in. You see what I'm saying? So my pride was a thing that kept me in problems the most. Like even more than phones and even more than knives. You get what I'm saying? My pride was the motherfucking battery pack in me to keep me going through the knife and phone situations. And this is one of those things that's going to be hard to put to the side. You got to learn, you feel me? You got to learn to pay attention and observe shit before you get brought to situations that there is no turning back on. You feel me? Literally, like, it's going to be to where you got to learn to use your ears and your eyes more than your mouth, you know? You got fucking 2 ears and 2 eyes, so you can listen and see twice as much as you speak. That's simple. You know, and then once you see how it is and how the ropes go, if you decide to use your pride even more or still as much, it could come back to bite you. You feel me? Because a lot of people don't like bullies. A lot of people don't like arrogant people that think that they're the shit and they're better than everybody. Everybody wants to be the alpha male. Everybody wants to be dominant. You feel me? So it's kind of like, that pride is one thing that I know a lot of people watching this video isn't going to be able to put to the side while they're in there. And then at the same time, it's a lose-lose situation, because if you do put your pride to the side for a situation, it makes you look some type of way now to them people. Now you look weak, you look vulnerable, and they might try to take advantage of you. You putting your pride to the side in an altercation with an individual can make it to where you let your guard down and now he gets you before you get him. You see? These are the type of things that I wasn't able to shake while I was in there. That's why I always stayed in some shit. It was so bad in my dorm that the guards would come in there, make us all lay on our bunks, and they'd check our hands and see who's been fighting. And we used to do Friday night fight nights. We used to do shit for fun. Dumb shit for fun. You know what I'm saying? Literally. Because you're doing stuff to kill time. You get what I'm saying? And it's cool if everybody's with the fun shit, you know what I'm saying? And it makes the time go by. But not everybody wants to play around. Not everybody's going to be with that fun shit. There's going to be people in there that you're going to have to hurt, not in a fun way. You feel me? There's going to be people in there that you might have to literally stab. If you're not with that stabbing shit, don't play that part like you are. Because it isn't like you could tell someone, yeah, bro, all right, yeah, let's go do it. And then when you go there, you flop. Because you flopped, you fumbled, now you're on that plate. You're deer meat. You see what I'm saying? And I just wanted to come on here and share with y'all the 3 things that I could not get away from the most while I was in prison. No matter what institution they sent me to. You understand? These 3 things were my downfall. So if you're someone looking at time, try to avoid these as much as possible. You know what I'm saying? If someone gets out of line and disrespects you, match the gas. Paint them. Whoop them. You feel me? Show people like, bitch, I ain't looking for no problems. I ain't looking for no pressure or nothing. I'm not in here trying nobody. I'm in my own lane. But they come in your lane, smash the gas and get them the hell out of it. You feel me? But I'm telling you, phones, knives, and my pride, those 3 right there cost me almost 16 extra months. 16 extra months of me risking my life. You understand? Because people die every single day inside of prisons. You see what I'm saying? So I risked my life for 16 extra months. You feel me? And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people watching this video that ain't get out on their soonest date either. You feel me? Sometimes, man, you gotta risk losing it all, man, just to keep it who you are. You feel me? You can't fake it to make it. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't go through prison when you know you're soft and not living like that. You can't go through prison acting hard because it's gonna come out of you. You can't go through prison trying to act like you ain't got pride and just turning your cheek and staying out of trouble when you know your ass is meant to be in trouble. You know you're with this shits. And that was my problem, man. But anyways, y'all, I'm gonna wrap this video on up. I appreciate y'all tuning in. If y'all don't see me again, I hope everybody has an awesome New Year's. I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all already know that. Like I always say, man, y'all make sure you keep them rats, squares, clowns, chomos, pedos, gunners, wannabe island boys, clout chasers, and all them out your circle. Till next time, it's the one and only. I am my team, Frog.
I'm a criminal, I'm a cool nigga, but I got a limit though.
I'm a cool, but I got a limit though, cause I'm a criminal, yeah, I'm a criminal.